Okay, electrical network analysis, and today our topic is first and second order transient circuit. So I have discussed about the single energy transient circuit in the previous lecture. So briefly, the single energy transient circuit are those in which only one form of the energy element, either the electromagnetic or the electrostatic, is involved, as RL or RC circuits. Okay, these are the example of the single energy transient circuit. Okay, and the differential equation, the first order differential equation is represented by dy by dx plus e y is equal to 0, where a is constant. And the double energy transient circuit are those in which both electromagnetic and electrostatic is involved, as an RLC circuits. These circuits are represented by second order differential equation: d square y over dx square plus a dy by dx plus by is equal to 0. Remember, the coefficient of this higher term must be 1. Okay, similarly the coefficient here will must be 1. Okay, so that solution will be easy. A and b are the constants. Okay, so then we have discussed the transient in RL circuit and then transient in RC circuit. But now we are we will discuss the transient in RLC circuit, RLNC, and similar to the previous assumption, we will assume that the capacitor and the inductor are fully charged when it was moved to position when it was at position number 1, and after that then we are switching it to position number 2. So the discharge phase or the decay phase will be started for this circuit. Okay, and as two element energy storage elements are involved, so this circuit will be represented by second order differential equation. Okay, so applying the KVL, VR plus VL plus VC is equal to 0. VR is equal to IR according to the Ohm law. Okay, VR plus VL plus VC is equal to 0, is equal to 0 because the source is cut off. Okay, source is cut off because it is switched to position number 2. Okay, so VR is equal to IR, VL is equal to LDI by dt, and VC is equal to Q by C, as we have discussed previously. So now, okay, what we have to do, we have to uh, apply the derivative with respect to t, d by dt. Okay, so when we are applying derivative to this term, so it will be square d square I over dt square. Okay, and when we are applying to this, we will get di by dt, r di by dt, and when we are applying to this, so we will get di by dt. Okay, d by dt of q, sorry. So this is the higher order term, so uh, placing it at the start of the differential equation. So L di square over dt plus R di by dt plus 1 over C dq by dt. As we know that dq by dt is equal to I. So replacing it by I. Okay. Now in order to make our solution easy, so keep this coefficient as 1. Okay. So multiplying 1 over L on both sides. This is equal to 0. Okay, this is equal to 0. So di square over dt square plus L by R by L di by dt plus 1 over LC I is equal to 0. Okay, so this is actually a quadratic equation. Okay, because the power is 2. So what are the values of ABC. So A is equal to 1, B is equal to R by L, and C is equal to 1 over LC. Okay. So according to the quadratic formula, minus B plus minus B square minus 4AC divided by whole divided by 2A. This 2A is also divided the denominator of the minus b and also the denominator of b square minus 4ac term. Okay, so this is actually the whole divided by. Okay, so putting the values, minus b is r by l, so r minus r by l plus minus r by l whole square minus 4 a is equal to 1. Okay, a c is 1 over lc. Okay, so divided by 2a, this is 1. Okay, here is a mistake, this is 2 into 1. Okay, so dividing 2 on this term and dividing 2 on this term. Okay, because this 2 is divided on these two separately. So when we are dividing 2 by the this r by l, so we will get minus r by 2l plus minus, and when we are inserting this 2 inside this square root, so we will write 4, because 4 square root is equal to 2. Okay, so r square over 4l square minus 4 divided by 4, which will be cancelled out, so we will left with 1 over lc. Okay, so r square over 4l square minus 1 over lc, this is called the discriminant term. Okay, this term is discriminant term. Okay, now we have two roots of this quadratic. Okay, the one is the minus b plus this term, and the other is minus b minus this discriminant. Okay, so let's find. Okay, according to the different values of r, l and c, we have four different cases for according to the solution wise. Okay, so uh, we get four different solutions for RLC circuit. So what are these solutions, what are these cases? So let's start. First case is loss free circuit, means there is no loss free means no loss, or it will occur only when R is equal to 0, means we have inductor and capacitor in second order differential equation and we have no R. Okay, so this circuit will be loss free circuit, means there will be no dissipation, because both of these elements are energy storage elements. So putting R is equal to 0 in lambda 1 and lambda 2, so we will get, putting the value R is equal to 0 over here. Okay, these are to the lambda 1 and lambda 2, minus R by 2L plus this term minus R by 2L minus this term. Okay, so these are this is the solution and these are the two roots. Okay, okay, so putting R is equal to 0 in this term, when R is equal to 0, this term will be 0. Okay, 0, this term will also be 0. Okay, now when this will be also 0, this will be also 0, you will left with this 1 over LC whole under the root. So minus, okay, also minus, okay, this minus, so minus 1 over LC square root. So minus square root, minus cannot be uh, shifted outside the square root, because minus square root has its own value, and that is the imaginary part. We can represent it by either iota, or we can represent it by j as well. So iota 1 over lc square root. Okay, this is lambda 1, and lambda 2 is minus iota or minus j 1 over lc. So both the roots are imaginary, pure imaginary. Okay, These two are imaginary, equal and imaginary. Okay. And we will have a damping, undamped. Okay, undamped means it does not going to reduce. Damping means going to reduce, and undamped means it will not going to reduce. Okay, it will keep its oscillation constant throughout the cycle. So this is I over T graph for loss-free circuit, and we can call it as undamped. And the roots will be equal and pure imaginary, means no real value is involved with lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, and it will occur only when r is equal to 0. So now we have the second case, low loss circuit. And low loss circuit, the condition for the low loss circuit will be when r, this is actually the r. Okay, so r square over 4l square is less than 1 over lc. Okay, so move to these roots. Lambda 1 is when this term is less than this term. Okay, so remember, when this term is less than this term, so what will happen, we will have the negative value for this. Okay, we will always have negative value inside the square root, because this term is less than this term. Okay, for the case number 2, so what will happen, we will have this real and imaginary, so we will have complex root always. Okay, in this case, lambda 1 and lambda 2 would be conjugate complex, means both are have the same real value, but conjugate imaginary. Okay, so means minus a plus j omega. If the lambda is minus a plus omega, then lambda 2 will be minus a minus j omega. Okay, and this minus j is because of the negative value inside the square root. Okay, okay, so and the curve, the curve for the I versus t will be under damped. Okay, it will oscillate, and then with the passage of time it will damped out, it will reduced to 0. Okay, so this was case number 2. And now case number 3, high loss, high loss circuit. Okay, and the condition for the high loss circuit is when r square over l 4l square is greater than 1 over lc. Okay, now this time greater, in previous case we have the less. So switch, look at here, if we have this value greater. Okay, so what does it mean, it means we have a positive values always inside the square root, positive value. Okay, so what does it mean, it means we don't have the imaginary value. Okay, this will be real, and this is already real, so real plus real is also equal to real, and real minus real is also real. Okay, so the roots of case number 3 will be real. Okay, and distinct. Distinct means different, unequal. Okay, unequal because of this plus minus. Okay, but no imaginary is involved. Okay, so we don't have the negative value. Okay, we don't have the negative value, we have only the positive values, means the real. Okay, so and this case is over damped. Okay, means damp, uh, it will goes up, and then slowly it will be reduced to 0. Okay, so this is called over damped. Now the fourth and the last case is when we have r square over 4l square is equal to 1 over lc. Okay, in the second case we have this value less than this, in third we have this value greater than this, and now in fourth case if these two are equal, so what will happen? Let's have a look to the roots again. So if these two are equal, so what does it mean? It means this term will be 0, because if this is 10 and this is 10, so 10 minus 10 equal to 0, and this is also equal to 0. So we will left with only this. On both the roots we have this value, so both these two are equal and both these two are real. So the nature of the roots in case number 4 will be real and equal, and it is equal to minus r over 2l. Okay, so uh, this was all about the journal. Now if we have a real scenario and we have some values. Okay, let's suppose this is 10, this is 20, and this is l is equal to 20, r is equal to 10, and c is equal to 30, for example. So if and then you will be asked to find the roots lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, secondly you will be asked to find the nature of these roots. Okay, and then the curve, the current versus t curve for this particular circuit. So it's very easy. You have to first put the values of RLC in lambda 1 and then lambda 2, so will find this. Then by from the condition that if r is equal to 0, then it will be case number 1. So as the r is not equal to 0, so it it means it is not the case number 1. Okay, so now if r square over 4l square is less than 1 over lc, so it means it is case number 2. If r square over 4l square is greater than 1 over c, then it is case number 2. And if r square over 4l square is equal to 1 over lc, then it will be case number 4. Okay, so by this method you can find the nature of the roots and curve. Okay, so that was all about the second order transient circuits. Okay, so thank you.